Hello class, we are going to be drawing ears today. And all you need to draw ears are a couple of letters of the alphabet. First we're going to draw, or write, the letter C. Got that? Super. So we're going to take this letter actually and we're going to change the top of it to make it a little bit more angled. This is going to be the cartilage of the ear, which if you were to feel your own ear, it's kind of rubbery. And it's going to come down and it's going to curve around the bottom to make the earlobe, which is the squishy, kind of fleshy part of the bottom of your ear. So now that we have the right shape, I'm going to draw it one more time, give it a little bit more definition. Nice earlobe. And then I'm going to start to do the detail work for the interior of the ear, which there's a lot of stuff. So I'm going to start with a line for the cartilage, and it's going to wrap around to about the middle. This part here is called the tragus, and it's going to wrap around the bottom of the lobe. And then the inside part here, I'm going to do something called the Y, and just stay with me. I'm doing it in pencil so it's really light so you can see what it looks like. But it does look like a letter Y. And then the pen part's going to just give me the little outline of it. There we go. That's pretty much all you would need to know in order to be able to draw a plain old ear. If you wanted to get fancy, maybe your cartoon character is going to be an elf, a goblin, something fantasy related. The part of the ear that's really going to change is the cartilage, which is the top part of the ear. So instead of making it a letter C, I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to make it pretty pointy, but not like sharp. And then I'm going to bring it back down. And I'm going to curve it for the earlobe. Now all of the stuff that goes on inside of the ear is still going to be the same. It's just going to be stretched and exaggerated. So here's the part that wraps around the cartilage. Oh, I'm smudging. And that'll be a little bit pointy. There's the tragus. And then that Y shape right here is still going to be in the elf ear. It's just going to be really distorted looking. There we go. Let's talk about piercings. If your character is of age and you would like to give him or her piercings, that would be completely fine. Ears are a pretty common place to get pierced. So in order to draw piercings, I'm going to draw one more ear. And I'm going to draw all the little things that go inside of it. So here's the cartilage and the tragus and the Y. So you can get your ear pierced in the lobe. You can get it pierced in the lobe more than once. And you can get a cartilage piercing. You could get lots of cartilage piercings. There's something called a tragus piercing. You can get a tragus piercing. Or this one's called an industrial piercing, which kind of looks like a barbell. And it actually goes through the ear in a few places. Now, stay with me. These aren't my personal favorite, but they do exist, so I do feel like it's important for you to take a look at them. These are called gauges, and if you've never seen them before, they're a kind of extreme piercing where the earlobe is actually stretched. It could be tribal, cultural, or just done for fun. But they do exist. And that's what they look like. The earlobe gets kind of stretched out. Now, in terms of cartoon ears, you can pretty much simplify this. I feel like ears usually look like ears, like they're kind of like a letter C shape. But I've seen different things to represent the stuff that goes on inside of them. I've seen swirls, and I have seen letter X's, and I've even seen really simple, like tragus drawings. If you are drawing animal ears, I want you to consider maybe doing a little bit of research on what it is that you'd like to draw. So if you're drawing a cat ear, probably not a triangle with a small triangle. I love looking at my cat's ears, and they're way more interesting than just triangles. So they start at the top of my cat's heads, and they kind of come down around like the side of the head. They have this little like flappy, and they're full of fur on the inside. So if you're going to draw an animal's ear, I recommend doing some research and practice in your sketchbook. There's tons of ears out there. There's tons of resources. And if you have questions, feel free to email me.